So, hi everybody, my name's Charlie Jones and I'm going to be here painting away, and we're going to be talking a little bit about other influences and great artists and how they influence our work. Okay, also we're going to be talking about spontaneous things to do with painting. So it's really great, thanks for coming here. Apologies if the quality isn't incredible, but I'm just here to share my process, share my studio, share my thoughts, and feel free to get involved. Thanks very much. Okay. Okay, so, well, if we're painting nowadays, and then invariably we may have either studied fine art or self-taught or studied something else totally unrelated and ended up painting. Personally myself, was painting since I was 8 years old, 8 or 9 years old, and I still find myself here, and really grateful for that. It's something I love very much. Yeah, so I'm just gonna get into the work and then we'll improvise. So lately I've been sort of pursuing something that I've been wanting to do for such a long time, and that's really focusing on the ocean and sea. Strange, isn't it? Sometimes you want to do something because it's there in your imagination and thoughts. You sometimes you find reasons to put it off. Strange. But lately, after a little bit of traveling around as well, because I'm based sort of in Colombia these years, although I'm actually English. So here they've got two main oceans, right? So it's the Pacific and the Atlantic, and lately I worked it out finally, money-wise, time-wise, all the rest of it, to be able to go to both. So I've recently done a trip. I went to the Caribbean Atlantic part in Colombia, to an amazing island there, and I was really taking that opportunity to finally, focus on the sea, focus on the colours, the vibrations, the energies. Did I take photos? Yes. Do I work from photos? Yes, but I wouldn't say I work from one particular photo for each painting at all. In fact, I would say that sometimes a painting is influenced by several photos in my case, and also references from other artists. So the artists I generally get inspired by are Turner. Obviously you can probably see that in this painting. It's very Turner-esque and actually inspired by a particular Turner painting. Van Gogh, Gauguin, and also the more contemporary people that I look at. Not necessarily so inspired by their journey. I feel that that's something we've lost nowadays, is that artistic journey. It's all about concept theory, whereas previously with the likes of Van Gogh and Gauguin, what was so enchanting was their life journey, their life journey, their struggle as artists. And I think that's where the magic lies for me. And Turner, I mean, look at his, life as in London there and stuff. But yeah, I think that is something that is really lacking nowadays. Not to say that artists don't have incredible lives, please. Oh yeah, by the way, if you're listening to my videos, I'm not political. I'm an artist. Of course, in this world there is politics, but if you're looking to talk politics, I'm the wrong guy. Especially if you're looking to put art into politics too much, definitely the wrong guy. Although, of course it's relevant, and of course it's been done through the years. But no, I'm here to talk about art. Yeah, so I'm just, with this painting, literally playing, literally just playing with these colours, trying to make it move. Although I think to be honest, it already is, but I just want to make it a bit even deeper, even deeper. Okay. Those layers of colours and line. Oh yeah. Just going to fetch a few bigger brushes here. So feel free to leave in the comments below any topics that you would like to discuss, yeah? Anything you'd like to discuss to do with painting and art. So let's discuss then. Let's talk about some artists. For example, Turner. Okay? To think that nowadays, in 2023, where are we? Like almost 200 years on from when Turner was alive and working. So many works of art and artists, even some of them may not even know it. This guy's work is so relevant. It's so relevant, okay? I think him and say Goya, they were some of the very first abstract, very first expressive works. Okay, I'm not saying that the whole painting of Turner's, like a whole single painting of his, was an abstract painting. Please don't. No, but what I'm saying is that within their pieces, within their paintings, you always saw elements of painting for the future. They were incredible innovators. Incredible innovators. I can't stress it enough. If you've not looked at their work in depth, try to. Really look at it. So, yeah, and that's how I've learned to paint. Why do I say that? Because when I was 8 years old, or I don't know, even before that, my parents had like a shop in London, and I'd basically go to the nearby gallery. It's called the Wallace collection. It's still there. Still there. I think it's kind of like, gained a bit of trend from what I can see. But anyway, this was like, there was hardly there was hardly ever any people there. Literally, when I used to go as a kid, there was barely people there. But I used to just sit there and stare at the oil paintings. Yeah, it wasn't necessarily the whole paintings. I don't think I really understood the paintings completely, at that time. But what got me was the texture of the oil paint, you know, the depth of the colours, and of course, you know, the incredible paintwork. I mean, to achieve some of those works there, you had stuff like, you had a lot of I think there was a lot of Rembrandt, the Laughing Cavalier. Oh my God, I hope I haven't got that wrong. I hope I haven't got like the wrong reference there, but I'm pretty sure, you know, it was that one. And loads more, you know, not my style of art at all, but it was, you know, it was a place where I started to see, God, like, how, you know, that texture is just amazing, just amazing. You know, isn't it incredible what you can do with paint? And yeah, you know, that's the beauty of painting. What can you do with it? How many styles can you combine? You know, it's really fabulous. So yeah. So I used to go and sit in front of those paintings there in the Wallace collection and just taking it in. It was just mind-blowing to me, you know. It really was something very special. So yeah, thanks to the Wallace collection, thanks to them for your amazing stuff. So good, yeah. So yeah, I'm just randomly playing with these colours. Some of them are already there. As I said, I'm just trying to make this painting. To be honest, I did like an undercoat in acrylic, and I defined the main form of this piece in acrylic in the undercoat. Some of it's sort of still there on the surface. So I had the idea down. I had the idea down from a very early stage with this painting. And then I did a day's sort of, you know, a full morning session in oil, and you know, great. And so this is another session now. But the main form and movement of this painting happened really quickly, yeah. And that's often the case, you know. Sometimes when we slave away at paintings, we can get there. But often the really, really nice moments in painting is when you just let it happen. When you just let it happen, the paint doing the work, you know. So yeah, it's great. Painting's such a rewarding experience, to say the least. So as I said, this painting is based upon the ocean and some of the amazing feelings. How can it does, you know, I know that this sentence doesn't make sense, but actually that's something that applies for me in painting. I was just going to say something now. Feelings. This painting is about feelings that I saw. Okay, so that's what painting is about for me, you know? Really is. Have you ever been in a natural place where it immerses you, or in a situation where you just feel totally immersed in that place, in that nature? Yeah, so I think I've always been drawn towards that. And I think art forms are such an incredible way to express and immerse ourselves. Expressing it, yeah, definitely. You know, it's really where we let go and stuff. Anyway, getting a bit too deep here. Brilliant. So again, in the comments, what does painting do for you? What does painting do for you? Yeah? Are you a painter? If so, when you're painting, where does it take you? Where does it take you as a person? Just trying to find the linseed oil. I'm using like really old. I've got to change my palette. All the glass is so like broken. Obviously we get like glass and then you just whack it on a table. If anyone wants, how do you make a really good palette in a house? Buy one of those cheap tables, plastic tables pick up a second-hand table, small one. The one I've got is 70 meters squared. Go and buy a sheet of glass the size of it, and you just whack it on top of the table. You're away. You know, there's no mystery. I love it when people put so much mystery in arts. It's like, you know, to do this, you have to scale the bridge of the River Kwai. No. I don't want too much oil because it'll start to run. Oh yeah. I think, it wouldn't be true to say that it was a direct reference for this painting because I found it before this session, so I can't say that I used the painting as a reference from the start. But I was just looking like for works from Turner, and I found a painting, and it was it's something I don't know what is it? Waves breaking against the tide. Waves breaking against the tide. It's an incredible painting. If you can remember that, if you can find it, waves breaking against the tide. Now, it's not the direct reference for this painting, but when I saw it, I was like, God, that is so like what I've been trying to capture. Really is. So yeah, it's really good for you to have references. You know, painting, although I just said, you know, there's no great mystery, it can be difficult. What can help you is if you've got a reference of other works from great masters. And when I say great masters, I don't mean that in a pretentious way. It doesn't have to be that. But, you know, a lot of them are not great masters for nothing. You know, they had to work so hard, much harder as artists back, you know, hundreds of years ago than they do now. Much harder, trust me. There were no like advertising agencies that were going to kind of, you know, shoot them to stardom overnight and stuff. They had to graft and graft in candlelight, you know, mixing their own paints, or they had a paint mixer and so on. Great, so yeah, so I'm going to leave it for today with this. It's just an introduction video to my studio, raising a few points. And if you have any questions or comments, please do write in the comments. Click like, please subscribe. And I'm hoping to do a lot more videos about particular topics. Also, whilst I'm painting and sharing my process, but also relating it to different great artists, to different aspects of art, and enjoying and talking about art in general. But definitely more towards the side of painting. So really nice to see you. Thanks very much if you join me.